more. I told y'all I was supposed to be off today. Well, I told TashaKLive.com I was supposed to be off, okay? But yeah, I was supposed to be off today, but the Lord said no. Lord said I got work to do. A lot of work to do. He said that the Lord's work is always just a coming, okay? We got wine to spill. Jesus made wine and so did Tasha K. Let me see what y'all talk about in the comments. Y'all better be liking this video. That's all I ask y'all to do. I don't ask y'all to do nothing else but be nosy, sip some wine, laugh, and like or dislike the video. And if you want to comment, you make sure you tell them little haters, I don't care what gang they with, gang, 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 you gonna hit the Wino gang, okay, subscription to gang, 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 gang. You wanna throw up your set, okay? Hit the subscription. That's how it's gonna be. Don't be talking about, oh, she blocking. Ain't nobody blocking. We just asking you to participate. You walk in my house, you take your shoes off, wash your hands, then you can sit down, okay? Hello, I missed y'all. I had such a long and just kind of epic week, okay? We'll discuss all that, of course, on TashaKLive.com, all right? But for this show, let me go ahead and tell y'all what we got, all right? So we got DC Gonna Fly and Jackie O, okay? We got somebody calling in to give us some information on this particular situation. You guys know I don't normally cover situations like this, but in this case, I'm gonna make one exception because we gotta start. I gotta start integrating all this malpractice or alleged malpractice into this show, okay? Because too much of this is going on, and as one influencer to another influencer, I think it's our duty as influencers to sometimes hold a lot of these businesses, responsible, okay? You want to get out here, you want people to promote your work, and then your work is unpromotable because the person is transitioned. We're going to talk about it. We're going to definitely discuss that, okay? Also going to be discussing one of our, unbeloved creators sliding down ski slopes in the middle of the summertime at DC Pride. Also going to be discussing Pastor Sino Agezi. And I got to get his wife's name because his wife is really the breadwinner, okay? She's a mega pastor, okay? So hold that thought. I'm going to get his wife's name because she's definitely in this, even though she wasn't at the bar that her husband was at. Also going to be discussing MoneyBagg Yo admitting to doing what we already know he was doing. And that's why we were laughing at Miss Ari when she purchased that land, that 40 acres and a mule for him. Also going to be discussing Lil Durk in Ghana. Kayla Nicole, okay, I told her husband she got to go. Told the kids, get someone else to be your mommy. And divorce the whole family. Okay, also going to be discussing that. Gunplay and Vanchay firing off a cease and desist, and DaRealBBJudy and this here weight loss scam. Okay, so we got a full show for y'all, and of course, like I said, we got a special guest that we're going to be calling here in about 7 minutes, maybe sooner. Okay, depending on how these here advertisements go. Also coming up on TashaKLive.com. Right after this show, okay? We're going to go for between 9:15, maybe 9:20 for the start of that show. We got a special guest coming to discuss, I guess, her pros and cons of working for Peter Thomas, the ex-Real Housewives of Atlanta star. He's actually a real housewife. Also going to be... Let me get back on track here for a second. Okay. Trick Daddy, his wife, is finally divorcing him. Nene Leakes, Megan Thee Stallion, Danae Jackson, Samantha, the Black Queen, although she says black women don't like her. Tyrese's ex, who else? Martell Holt and Melody Holt. Chilean Usher, the Dollar General manager who wanted to play Vigilante. And yes, like I said, we got a special guest that's going to be with us to tell us what's going on down there at Bar 1, okay? So we're going to be doing a series on this here Bar 1 situation, okay? So you just stay tuned for that, okay? And all that coming up on TashaKLive.com, okay? And so in the meantime, while we're waiting for everybody to get on up in here, okay, get your janks poured, get your hookah burning, get your reefer burning, okay? Water, coffee, whatever it is that you do, we don't discriminate, okay? Just don't OD over here watching this, okay? We got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Hold that thought, okay? Let's go. Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar, as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat, because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it. And their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health, because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order. So we got the recipient for Darius Cook. So taste this for me. Let me know how it's hitting. What would you eat this with?
A braised short rib.
Okay.
A braised oxtail.
Okay.
A mascarpone mash, crispy onion straws on top, and some sort of chow chow.
Where'd you learn how to cook?
Somebody who sings well, you go to them and say, where'd you learn how to sing? And they go, it's just a gift. But they've worked on their intonation, their styling, their breathing, this and the third. So I feel like for me, cooking is a gift, but I also feel like I've worked on honing the gift.
Was your demographic for your restaurant majority like African American?
Yeah, Black-owned restaurants are undercapitalized, understaffed. They don't have the resources available to invest in technology. They don't have what they need to invest in human resources and training. They're doing the best they can.
And we put a load of money in banks and they don't lend to us.
Well, even if they lend it, even if they
it's not
did,
enough to
well, it's not enough, but then also, what do we do with it, right? None of us, we don't know what to do with the money. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people who, especially Black folks, who want to make a certain level of money, but don't know how to treat the money that they actually have, right? So they go, I got money, I'm gonna go buy a Range Rover. I got money, I'm gonna go buy new clothes. Instead of saying, I've got money, let me reinvest it in my business so I can make more money.
So let's talk about the scamming, because they said people weren't getting their cookbooks, they weren't getting their skillets, you were hosting dinner parties and canceling the dinner parties. They were paying $250 a ticket. $289. What the hell happened, Darius?
For 3 years, we have been saying, please give us the first and the last name of anybody who's been scammed. To this day, we have not gotten one name.
Your business has quadrupled since the controversy.
It's amazing. My business is doing phenomenally well. In fact, bring on some more controversy about all shit. I could use another scandal or two.
So how did Better Business Bureau get into this and give you an F rating with over 100 complaints, and they warning you that they and this is what the news outlets reported. Because I saw that white man down there. I don't know if he was in Brookhaven or wherever. You was getting ready to do a dirt.
Talk about Randy Travis.
Yeah. So listen.
We're talking about Randy. So how did the BBB get involved? So the BBB got involved actually from credit repair. Okay, so I was involved. I was doing before.
Let me get you some wine, huh?
Yes, because we sure going through this bottle, ain't we?
One and done. It's the only interview y'all get from Darius. Only interview. All right, and we're back. We are back. Let me fix this little tie, okay? So listen, okay, I don't want to end with anything heavy, okay? And so it has been brought to our attention, okay, that DC Young Fly's a longtime partner and, his children's mother passed away down here in Miami, I guess following a cosmetic procedure, okay? No one is clear on what she was having done. All we know is what the doctor posted, and that was her introducing a mommy makeover, okay? Now, this appeared to be some sort of promotional procedure. Okay, you guys know I don't handle these topics too well, so just deal with the ums and stuff, because I really respect a family's time when they're grieving. Okay, and the last thing I want them to do is open up my show and they're triggered more when they're trying to grieve and there's children involved. Okay, and so I would ask that you guys please exercise discretion when it comes to your comments and things like that. Because I do want to send my condolences The night that it did happen, I was with DC. I believe he found out right after, we were done filming for MTV, and he went home and he got obviously some. You can't even describe this kind of news, okay? And so, my heart and definitely my prayers are with him and his family. I mean, just to cover them, just to protect them, just to give them just any type of comfort that they need, because I don't think anything can, help this situation. Okay. Now, as far as my part, I'm gonna do what I was gifted to do. Okay, because a lot of times these doctors, I mean, they reach out to influencers like Jackie O, and they offer these deals. Now, I don't know the extent of the influencer deal that they had. I do know if anybody's gonna post a doctor to 1 million followers, it's got to be some sort of exchange, okay? And so we're gonna go ahead and add the doctor here, okay? His name is Dr. Hold on for a second. Let me make sure I get his last name right, okay? And I got a guest that I'm about to introduce here in just a second, who knows, who has a lot of background on this particular doctor, because apparently he's been, and I want to say allegedly, just kind of working his way around the system, okay? Not taking tests, not getting certified, been trying to get his business up. I guess he's been trying to, I guess build his particular practice up, and, partnering with people like Miss Jackie O in order to do that. And, I guess the deal was she was supposed to post, her mommy makeover to her, over 1 million followers. And so, you know what? I'm just going to let the guest give me his last name, okay? Because I damn sure forgot. But we ain't forgot about this story, okay? And so without further ado, we have Isis Richardson with us, okay? She runs a surgery blog, okay? It's called Surgery 411. Give me a second, okay? It's called Surgery 411. We've gotten a lot of information from her particular blog because she posts facts. She posts lawsuits. She posts receipts. She was one of the first blogs to receive the information before the public knew. And I'm sure the family is not interested in letting the public know what's going on, especially when they get information as tragic as what the Smith family has gotten. And so, I've been on the phone with her for a few days now, and she's been pulling lots of receipts on Dr. Zach here. And I'm just going to introduce her and let her kind of explain, his background and, some of the things that he was doing that just didn't seem right, okay, in this profession. And this is the war on all women, okay, whether you're a young girl, whether you're an older woman getting a mommy makeover. When it comes to this surgery, I'm going to be honest with you, Surgery 411, it ain't nothing they can't get you. Okay, especially when it comes to these doctors putting gag orders on patients and things like that, and having lawsuits against patients and stuff like that. So let me go ahead and introduce Isis. Isis, how you doing?
Tasha, thank you so much for having me. It truly is an honor, especially when blogs like yours, want to partner with blogs to find out what's going on in the surgery community. I do this every single day, and I've been doing this for the last 6 years. But when bigger blogs step in to really push the story out there, that's exactly what we need to get this to the masses, because, the surgery community knows, but a lot of women consider having surgery, whether they become a mom for the first time or, I was anti-surgery, but now I'm thinking about it because I realized that I have some loose skin. And this is information that consumers need to know, even if you're anti-surgery, so you could tell a friend to tell a friend. And that's really how Surgery 411 grew. We started off as a social hangout on Instagram with only 1 follower. It grew to 1,000 followers. It grew to losing my page, getting a second page, starting over. I have WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, because I truly, truly, truly believe in, patients knowing before they go, and on every single platform, so that this information doesn't die. I've seen platforms like Yelp scrub reviews. I've seen platforms like Real Self block reviews. And, there's just so much. You would think that with there being doctors, there would be a lot of transparency, but it's actually the opposite. There's a lot of people, patients including, that aren't sharing reviews. Like, patients get hurt and they're afraid of being sued. So no one is speaking out.
Okay. What is Dr. Zach's last name?
So his first name is actually his Zachary, and his last name is Okhah. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Okay. But he goes by Dr. Zach. So sometimes what will happen is that a lot of doctors may go by a tag, their first name, a middle name, a last name. And sometimes that is because if they put their last name out there, a patient's just going to go ahead and, let me just put this person's name in Google. And sometimes those bad reviews come up. Sometimes those lawsuits may come up. So sometimes when you see a doctor using a tag name, you really want to make sure that you know his first name and his last name. So even though Dr. Zach is going by abbreviated, his name is Dr. Zachary, and then I don't want to butcher it, but it's Okhah. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Okay. He doesn't use it.
Now, real quick before we get into this. Now, there are young girls, older women that die a lot on the table or even leave in the hospital, right? But I've never seen anyone with this many followers, pass away, especially when it was involving some sort of, like I said, I don't know the details of it, but it looks like it was a promotional surgery. Like, I'll do the surgery for you in exchange for you posting the results. And so sometimes you said that can be free, that could be for a discounted rate and things like that. And his practice was here in Miami. Although he didn't have a huge practice, he had to somewhat subcontract himself with other doctors in order to get work because he was building up his practice.
So that's actually right, Tasha. So a lot of doctors, they could do one or two things. They can go in a private practice, which for some doctors could be extremely lucrative and ideal. And for other doctors, they may decide that they want to attach themselves to another doctor that focuses on the overhead and the cost. And they'll show up and perform the surgeries and basically receive compensation at a fraction of the cost. So I have heard of doctors receiving anywhere from 20 to 30% of the surgeries when they're not in private practice. So doctors can receive, they can do a full mommy makeover, and depending on how much the surgery center or another doctor charge, if they only receive a fraction of that, sometimes $1,500. And there have been patients who said, I booked him at such and such clinic, and then I booked him at his private practice. And patients who sometimes say they booked a doctor at their private practice definitely get a different experience because, unfortunately, to keep prices low, the typical supply and demand, lower prices, we need more people coming through, and it's like a revolving door. I want to go back to
Is that why, let me interject for a second, is that why Florida passed a law limiting how many BBLs a doctor can do a day? Because I think it went from they can do as many as they want to now I believe it's only 3. Is that correct?
So I actually had a patient, someone that worked at a center in Miami, leaked to me the schedule for the day. It was Doll's Plastic Surgery. They leaked to me the schedule for the day, and when Dr. Harry was doing surgery there, they had him schedule one day with his name with over 20 patients on the schedule. They ended up mailing me a cease and desist claiming that schedule wasn't true, it was false, but it came from a person that worked inside the office, and they wanted patients to know, look, you guys are coming down here and not knowing that there could be multiple patients and it's not just you. And how can a doctor really do a BBL? I was in the OR in Dominican Republic. A BBL is laborious, from the liposuction, from the fat transfer, from standing on your feet all day. How can a doctor really do 20 procedures a day, right? And so we know that doctors are getting help. Sometimes doctors are ghosting patients where they see the surgeon entering and then the surgeon leaves. And that's just not a Miami thing. That's happening all throughout the United States and some abroad as well. And when that happens, patients sometimes wake up and have good results, so they swear the doctor did it. And then patients have bad results and they're like, was it the doctor or was it someone else?
Okay, tell us about Dr. Zachariah Okhah. What do you know about him?
So I just want to go back to your last point about the question you asked me about why was Miami starting to pass the limit. So women, and I came up into the BBL industry in 2014. I mean, they were putting women to stay in barns, unlicensed recovery houses. People were getting not so much deaths. Yes, deaths were happening, but people were getting botched, hurt. The state of Florida was like a mad zoo, and they had to, for a very long time, kind of figure out what is this problem. I'm surprised that this happened a lot later than it did, because people were actually dying in 2014 to 2017 more rapidly than now. And so the research collected showed that the BBL was one of the most dangerous cosmetic enhancement procedures, especially in the hands of untrained doctors, because if they injected the fat into the muscle, it could cause fat embolism, and there were patients actually dying on the table. When we dug a little bit deeper and found out who these doctors were, they were legally okay to provide do plastic surgery, even if they weren't plastic surgeons. So Florida had put a limit where doctors could only do 3 BBLs. But to me, it was counterproductive, because the limit is really limiting who can do BBLs, not necessarily the amount, right? So we have pediatricians, dermatologists, we have dentists doing liposuction BBL, and really what we need to focus on is making sure that the most skilled doctors do. There were orders put in place by, plastic surgeons coming together and saying, listen, we can't inject into the muscle anymore, even though that's how we've been trained. And so a lot of doctors objected, saying, well, the research doesn't really show that there's a national outcry. 8 patients died in, I guess, over the span of 8 years. When you calculate the amount of women that had plastic surgery, doctors are saying it's only 1%, if even. And so is there really, a dilemma?
Mm. Okay. That's a lot. That is a lot. Okay. So you mean to tell me you don't have to be board certified to practice plastic surgery? You could just be any type of doctor and throw up a liposuction sign, throw up I do breast implants. As long as you came out of medical school, you can perform plastic surgery in
That's
Florida.
correct, Tasha. And on top of that, if you got some money in the bank, you could give Dr. Miami $20,000. He'll put you in the OR with him, teach you how to do liposuction, take photos with him, have you eat off of his cloud, and train doctors, pediatricians, dermatologists, anyone that wants to go through his little whatever he does. And
So he's selling BBL courses or something like.
So this is what they do, like in any industry, right? I guess there's continuing education.
Yeah, like the lash tech extensions and stuff. The people learn how to do lashes and microblading and all that stuff. And
yep. So if you pay Dr. Miami $20,000 and you're a doctor, he has a whole little mini course where you'll be put up on his Instagram. You'll be shown in the OR. He'll show you how to do lipo. He'll let you do lipo with him, and then you're kind of off to doing your own thing. And so the controversy with the board is that the American Board of Plastic Surgery is voluntary. So surgeons that are getting out of their fellowship, they're saying, well, you know what? We're plastic surgeons. Okay, we don't have to take the board, and they're writing the codes of being board eligible. The American Board of Plastic Surgery, even though a voluntary board, is one of the most prestigious boards that a doctor that is going into plastic surgery can sit on. And so doctors that are doing that, they have to do a written or oral exam. And then a lot of times it's like, well, why isn't this doctor on the board? Is it because he failed? And so these are questions that patients aren't necessarily having the knowledge or the wherewithal to ask. And so one patient on to Dr. Zach actually asked him, I would have loved for you to do his liposuction, but you're not board certified. And he told the patient, like, oh,
you talking about this Dr. Zach here who I got on the screen?
Yes, this Dr. Zach. He told the patient, let me pull up the receipt on what he told the patient so I could quote it word for word. Because with him, if you don't quote it word for word, he's going to try to come for you with defamation and pulling up definitions on Google and stuff. So we're going to get to that part too.
Okay.
So what he said to a patient after she said, I would like for you to do my lipo, but after doing some research, she found out that Dr. Zach was not board certified. He's with the American Board of Plastic Surgery. Now, there's 2 boards. There's the American Board of Plastic Surgery, and then there's the American Board of Cosmetic Surgery, which, just because you're a cosmetic surgeon does not mean you're a plastic surgeon. And that's something that a lot of people get confused on too. Wait, this doctor's on the board. Well, guess what? A pediatrician could eventually do some courses and sit on the board of plastic surgery. But the American Board of Plastic Surgery would never allow a pediatrician or a dermatologist to sit on that board. So Dr. Zach said, board certification is a written test that has nothing to do with what I do in the operating room, right? The reason Florida couldn't say that only board-certified plastic surgeons can do BBLs is because almost all the deaths were at the hands of board-certified plastic surgeons. It's a marketing scam. He goes on to say, I actually teach board-certified plastic surgeons how to do my surgery. I trained and successfully completed a plastic surgery residency at Brown University, making me board eligible. Honestly, this is what matters. The American Society of Plastic Surgery created the board certification process to distinguish between plastic surgeons and cosmetic surgeons, the latter group being doctors who trained in other fields and are trying to practice plastic surgery. The problem with the distinction is that cosmetic surgeons created a board certification of their own to trick the general public. The system was never meant to distinguish between board-eligible and board-certified plastic surgeons, if that makes sense.
So that's Dr. Zach's quote.
Mm-hmm,
the same man who operated on Jackie O.
The same man that operated on Jackie O.
Not even board certified. Now Brown University is like an Ivy League school, right?
This is my thing. You went through fellowship. You at one of the most prestigious schools, and so if you train board certified plastic surgeons, why aren't you sitting on the board? Because if the whole thing that just strikes me as perplexing is if you train board certified plastic surgeons and you went to the most prestigious fellowship, then passing the board, you should have had your fellowship already, right? So that was a little bit alarming for me. There was another website that I saw that had him listed as being a part of a fellowship that when we looked up, he wasn't a part of. Let me just pull that up.
Surgery 411 _, right?
Yeah, and Surgery 401 official is the main page. Unfortunately, the industry that I am in, it is the biggest industry of censorship, silencing, because this is big money on the table, right? One BBL could be anywhere from $6,000 to $20,000. So doctors have a lot at stake to try to protect their name from being associated with this. So we found that there was one site saying that Dr. Zachary was a part of the Fellow of American College of Surgeons, and after looking him up on their official website, which is www.facs.org, his name was not listed there. So even though he doesn't publish that on his website, there's another site doing that. So patients have to make sure that when they're looking for information, that sites are giving them consistent information, because sometimes there are sites that are misleading. So when we get into Dr. Zach, after going back to his Instagram, I looked at it and it said that he's a lipo/BBL specialist. And we know that
a specialist.
She went in for mommy makeover.
A specialist.
Right. A specialist. Who used I didn't, that was a little bit concerning to me. On his main account, it says founder of PH1 Miami. He's a liposuction/BBL specialist. So when you had a woman that came in for a mommy makeover, which is usually a combination procedure, if your specialty is liposuction BBL, why was that your patient? Because a huge part of medicine is about being competent. And so we see a lot of doctors look, I told you, Tasha, I done had 2 tummy tucks, 3 BBLs, cosmetic enhancement, foot shortening, rhinoplasty, teeth, breast augmentation. And I stand there to say that I go to doctors that is what they do every single day. So my rhinoplasty doctor in Istanbul, Turkey, shout out to Dr. Bora, he's doing 3 rhinoplasties a day, year in to year out. He's a specialist in doing ethnic rhinoplasties. So I remember, just for the joke of it. There was a doctor who did my BBL, and I was entertaining the thought of nose rhinoplasty with him. And he was really sitting there like, yeah, I would do your rhino. And I would do. This man has never posted doing a rhinoplasty a day in his life. But if I were to allow him, he would do it. And that's the scary thing about medicine, that there are so many doctors acting out of competency. And so if your bio says liposuction BBL specialist, then how do you have a patient that does a mommy makeover? And a lot of times and the reason why you can go and say that, okay, we know that this procedure was either heavily discounted and or free, was because of the photo that was posted. So whenever you see anyone that has 990,000 followers, almost 1 million, posting next to a plastic surgeon and sharing that information, because you have to remember, plastic surgery has always been taboo, right? Women want to look like they had it done, but they really don't want to talk about it unless that's the industry that they're in. Whenever you see someone next to a doctor, I'm on the business side as well, the marketing. It's usually marketing. You get the procedure for either 50% discounted, free, or sometimes even compensated, right? Because this industry is all about the latest person going to that doctor and making them hot. And so when I scrolled down on Dr. Zach's page, I saw that there was another influencer who went to them who had like over 9 million followers. So it seems like he was really trying to appeal to a certain type of woman, small, petite. And if you look at his page, you're like, okay, looks like he does great liposuction. But his bio is saying he just focuses on lipo BBL. And if you're in private practice, why are you burying yourself down with clinic work?
What does that mean?
So basically, in Miami, there are surgery centers, and so they need doctors to do work, right? And so we know that sometimes these doctors are doing work at discounted prices. So at a clinic, not all, but some, you can maybe get a BBL for $3,500. So think about that. Once again, I told you the doctor's only getting a percentage of the total cost. That could be anywhere from 30 to 50. And the doctor is never, unless the doctor is like seasoned there, he's vetted, he's loyal, doctors aren't going to receive 60% of the overall cost of the surgery. So if a doctor who's Brown educated accepts to do a BBL or a tummy tuck for $3,500, $4,500, whatever the agreement is, so he's making $1,000, but this is a day. So he would need to see on average, depending on what he sees suitable, right? Maybe 5, 10 patients a day, plus having private practice. Like I said, this is laborious. There's no way that a doctor, and if you speak to doctors, they'll tell you there's no way a doctor could do more than 3 BBLs a day, not even maybe 2, especially because we know some girls are coming in there with a lot of things that need to be liposuctioned. How can a doctor do that much work?
Now, let me ask you something. When it comes to Dr. Zach, you did find a lawsuit on him. What was that about? And then we're gonna wrap this up. Because, I mean, I know we can talk about this all day, but I'm going to have you back whenever these situations happen, because I'm going to start putting these motherfuckers on blast, period.
We got you, Tasha. We got you. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I'll tell you, like, they'll do the most. Like, I've cease and desist, threatening you. They watching from fake pages, or like, it's just so much because they don't want this information out. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity. So I just want to go through some things real quick and let you know what I found out about Dr. Zach, because I've been doing some digging. So he actually sued a patient in 2021 because she went on Real Self, which is a platform that you could find out information about doctors, and she said that he mutilated her based on looking at her body after having seen him and saying, okay, I don't like these results. Because she used the word mutilated, he had his attorney basically define what mutilated is. And so by definition, mutilated is basically destroying something. But it has to be like an area that couldn't be like repaired. And he sued her for defamation in court for $30,000. There was another time where a patient tried to sue him for poking her intestines, and that lawsuit didn't go further. But, these doctors are wealthy. They're extremely wealthy. I mean, we've seen it happen even with Rolly's doctor. Like I told you, they sued me in court. I was representing myself pro se. I couldn't keep, fighting. So it's just so much that goes on in this industry, Tasha. We could keep going about it, but I definitely suggest that patients Google their doctor's real name. They look to see if their doctor is board certified. Even though it is a voluntary board, they are going to have to sit through a rigorous written and oral exam. And then they get monitored by the board, right? So if you don't do what you are supposed to, the board can take away your board certification. There's consequences to being on the board. Make sure you know all the clinics or states that your doctor has worked in. There could be reviews about them in, let's say, Miami, but they also worked in New York or Rhode Island. And also checking local state websites, because sometimes doctors do have lawsuits that are there, and they could be in IP holdings. So you're searching for the doctor's names and you can't find the lawsuit because the company was sued, so the doctor's name isn't attached, and it can get real shady. I don't know if we have any time, Sasha, just to touch over the whole how do you do BMI on a person with a 52. If not, we could definitely do that the next time.
Child, did you just come for Rolly?
Girl, I told you I'm bounded by not
Let me
being able
pull
to
the
say
comments
something.
back up real quick. Hold on, pull the comments back up real quick. Do y'all want to hear this last part about Rolly? I mean, that is a very interesting case, and she's done her research on it. I'm gonna let y'all decide. Do y'all want to hear about it, or we close here and bring her back? What you want to do? How long you think it's gonna take? Like 10 minutes?
With Rolly, I'm gonna just do the rundown. I think I just need 2 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. Get to him. Go ahead. Roll it, Poland.
Extremely disheartening to see that. I understand being on TV and having your image. Look, I go live. I don't wear makeup, and when being in the blogs, Tasha, everybody's always going to try to come for your looks, and especially being women of color, we're even heavily scrutinized. And then Rolly is on the heavier side, but there's a way to go about weight loss, and unfortunately, Rolly just didn't go about it in the right way. With her having a 52 BMI, right? That is her BMI, her body mass index. What does that mean? That means that by definition, Rolly is considered to be morbidly obese and potentially suffering from serious health conditions, right? Doesn't mean that we have. I'm not saying she has health conditions, potentially, whether they could be, I have not seen her medical records, so I'm just putting that out there. And we know that weight puts extra pressure on your body, and several organs could be impacted and affected by that. Being overweight and obese individuals are more likely to have just these types of health conditions, right? There could be more or not. Type 2 diabetes, suffering from stroke, hypertension. And so a patient with a 52 BMI would never, ever be cleared to have surgery by an American board certified plastic surgeon, especially not in an office-based center. So what we see a lot of times is that patients are not having surgery in medical offices. They're having surgery in office suites, which is legal and allowed, but only a certain amount of fat could be taken out of the patient, right? And so with Rolly having a 52 BMI, I'm almost certain that an independent cardiologist or a primary care physician did not clear her for surgery. Very certain. I had to do my foot surgery. There was a stress on my EKG. I had to do an echo exam, and my podiatrist almost didn't clear me for surgery. And my BMI is not even over a 32. So very, very alarming. Just because we see something being done does not make it, correct or right. And so
let me ask you a question. How they gonna lipo her chest, her back wide, and her front wide? How they gonna lipo all that down?
So the whole point about it is anyone could stick a cannula in you, Tasha, and tell you they take out some fat and you seen it. And, just to play devil's advocate, I saw the chin lipo. I'll give her that the chin lipo actually I could.
But the neck still had rolls.
And, and Rolly came to the comments. She pulled up in the comments when it smoked, talking about, oh, y'all just got to wait and see, y'all haters. And once again, the cameras were rolling, right? So it's going to be on Zeus Network. And they did her front lipo. They're going to turn around in 2 months, do her back lipo, then turn around and do her tummy tuck. And so patients that have extreme, extreme weight, the tummy tuck is something that you're going to do after you lost weight, and you're doing the tummy tuck to do an internal corset, right? Repairing that muscle wall that has been separated and going ahead and removing all loose skin. Rolly has not reached her peak of losing all her weight, right? And so how do you put her under and then say, okay, we're going to do this on a patient who has a 52 BMI. Like, doctors were like, wow.
Is she still fat? Because you know there's two types of fat. There's visceral fat and subcutaneous fat or something like that. Mm-hmm. So the visceral fat still going to surround the heart, even though they taking out the subcutaneous fat.
Mm-hmm. Rolly should have done she should have done weight loss first. And I know she said that she did, right? She took some pills or something, or was under the Dr. Sabi's training or something like that. But everyone said Rolly should have did the sleeve. She should have did, but not lay on a table and just be getting liposuctioned out, especially because, it's so dangerous. I didn't see it. She had 2 white towels covering her breast and she was holding them as lipo was being done, and I've just never seen liposuction performed in.
Yeah, they supposed to have the blue like little papers, like what is it, like the blue sheets I see when they put you under surgery, but not towels.
But usually with a patient that a doctor has to take out more, you're going to see those procedures done in a hospital. And even so, because liposuction is an elective procedure, not seeing patients with a 52 BMI. And so, a lot of things that patients don't understand is marketing and gimmicks. So what is the next thing that's rolled out, right? The next thing that we see rolled out is that there's some type of marketing behind this. There's some type of gimmick. So patients.
So they're trying to infringe on the $5,000 gastric sleeve to say, hey, come do lipo and we'll sculpt you. It don't matter how big you are. So they're trying to get into getting overweight women into into doing liposuction and BBLs and stuff. Because when she said she had a BBL, I said, where?
Right. And how could you take fats away from a person that has a 52 BMI and then stick it back right into their butt? Like there's like. Now, Akbar, shout out to Akbar, she did it the correct way. And so when you look at Akbar, even though I do not like Dr. Curves or, because I've had patients that he's botched and completely has ignored and just left them to be like, listen, I don't even want you to be my client no more after they've gone to the blogs and had complications. But then, you post this celebrity, he did. Even though Akbar has scarring and keloids, and even that could be treated and addressed with the doctors just, giving you keloid injections post-operative, the certain sutures that they use, she did it the right way, right? So not just because you want liposuction, I get it, I understand you want to lose weight, but definitely making sure that you go ahead and do it the right way. So shout out to her for doing that. And you see the difference. And she did her tummy tuck afterwards, and after her tummy tuck.
So do you think with a 52 BMI, because she's still fat, like even though the fat is going to be taken off some of it, I don't think they can get her down to a 25, 26 BMI. I just don't see it happening. But she's still fat because that fat surrounds the organs. They can't take that fat from around the organs when it comes to rolling. Just like they couldn't lipo her neck. I've never seen anybody lipo a neck. That's why she's still rolling on the neck.
I gave Rolly that they did a good job on the chin, which was the fat under the chin.
But I'm done. We can't do this. We can't do this today.
Yeah, they did a good job on the chin, if I have to be impartial. But you're right, Tasha. And show us how much fat did you take out, right? I was in Dominican Republic. I saw a doctor take off 35 pounds of fat off of someone's stomach, tighten their muscles. And that patient has been like it was almost like a sleeve, even though it wasn't. So sometimes you'll see women go to Dominican Republic that have larger BMIs because it is no BMI limit. But I'm not going to lie to you, Tasha, that is recovery in itself. They're needing 8 blood transfusions. They're needing to be in DR for 21 days, right? There's complications like fat necrosis and stuff like that. But even then, there's no doctor saying we're going to lay a person with a 52 BMI. Like how and through local. And so doctors try to say, local anesthetic. But I spoke with a board certified plastic surgeon, and he says that depending on the amount and levels of local anesthetic use, it could almost be toxic. So they're trying to, create this other way for patients who have fear of general anesthesia or who don't have the right BMI, but there's still backdoor issues with that.
So, you know what disturbed me? I want to say this, and then we're going to end here, okay? Dr. Zach did not, and I know he's probably been legally told not to send any condolences, because what he posted was very disturbing, talking about only God can judge me.
Now, I saw that and I wasn't sure if that was a real page because I saw that that account had 200 followers. So I wasn't sure if it was Dr. Zach or, you know, someone else doing that. But it was weird. I've never seen that happen as long as I've been in the industry, that a death happened and then a page pops up acting as that doctor sending out information. So I'm like, is that him? But he doesn't want to do it from his real page. And more so, he took the photo of her down, you know? So it was like, and he turned off all his comments. So people were not feeling that like at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, so bottom line, you need to figure out if your doctor sits on the board, is a graduated surgeon and not a pediatrician or a dermatologist that goes down to take a course with Dr. Miami, and now he doing liposuction. Now, did Dr. Zach go sit with Dr. Miami and get the course, the $20,000 course?
So that I would have to say that the answer is no based on what I know. But there's a lot of doctors out there now, OBGYNs that paid Dr. Miami. I know about 2 of them.
Well, listen, I appreciate you, Isis Richardson. Thank you so much for coming through. I really appreciate you giving us this information, and I'm going to start putting their ass on blast big time. So
thank you so much.
Anytime. And I do want to send my condolences out to Jackie's family and her children, and DC Young Fly, her partner, and anybody that is affected by her death, okay? And so, yeah, he got a lot of, and I'm sure we probably won't get no answers until there's a full autopsy done. And I'm sure, you know, unlike other people that he's worked on, this family got money. DC got the money to bring a massive lawsuit against his ass. So that's going to be interesting to watch, okay? And so thank you, and definitely we'll be keeping in touch, okay? So, guys, make sure you follow Surgery 411. What is it again?
Surgery 411 official and Surgery 411 _ Those are 2-page. Follow both because you never know when the main account's going to go down. Thank you so much, Tasha, for having me. And name is Jackie O. Definitely rest in peace. Amen.
All right. Thank you. All right. So thank you so much to Isis. Okay. She got the wine on that. Okay. All right, so real quick, before we move into the next topic, all right, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna try to clean up the energy around here because that was pretty heavy. And then we're gonna get right into skiing in the middle of the summertime, okay? And so we got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Like this video, share this video. Subscribe if you're new here. We'll be right back. Okay, let's go.
Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it. And their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order.
So we got the recipient for Darius Cook. So taste this for me. Let me know how it's hitting. What would you eat this with?
A braised short rib.
Okay.
A braised oxtail.
Okay.
A mascarpone mash. Crispy onion straws on top. And some sort of chow chow.
Where'd you learn how to cook?
Somebody who sings well, you go to them and say, where'd you learn how to sing? And they go, it's just a gift. But they've worked on their intonation, their styling, their breathing, this and the third. So I feel like for me, cooking is a gift, but I also feel like I've worked on honing the gift.
Was your demographic for your restaurant majority like African American?
Yeah, Black-owned restaurants are undercapitalized, understaffed. They don't have the resources available to invest in technology. They don't have what they need to invest in human resources and training. They're doing the best they can.
And we put a lot of money in banks and they don't lend to us.
Well, even if they lend it, even if they
it's not
did,
enough to.
Well, it's not enough. But then also, what do we do with it, right? None of us, we don't know what to do with the money. And unfortunately, you got a lot of people who, especially Black folks, who want to make a certain level of money, but don't know how to treat the money that they actually have, right? So they go, I got money, I'm gonna go buy a Range Rover. I got money, I'm gonna go buy new clothes. Instead of saying, I've got money, let me reinvest it in my business so I can make more money.
So let's talk about the scamming, because they said people weren't getting their cookbooks. They weren't getting their skillets. You were hosting dinner parties and canceling the dinner parties. They were paying $250 a ticket. $289. What the hell happened, Darius?
For 3 years, we have been saying, please give us the first and the last name of anybody who's been scammed. To this day, we have not gotten one name.
Your business has quadrupled since the controversy.
It's amazing. My business is doing phenomenally well. In fact, bring on some more controversy right on shit. I could use another scandal or two.
So how did Better Business Bureau get into this and give you an F rating with over 100 complaints, and they warning you that they and this is what the news outlets reported. Because I saw that white man down there. I don't know if he was in Brookhaven or wherever. You was getting ready to do a dirt
Talk about Randy Travis.
Yeah. Listen.
We're talking about Randy. So how did the BBB get involved?
Yeah.
So the BBB got involved actually from credit repair. Okay, so I was involved. I was doing before.
Let me get you some wine, huh?
Yes, because we sure going through this bottle, ain't we?
One and done. It's the only interview y'all get from Darius. Only interview. All right, and we're back. Let's get it. It's time. Buggery Friday has officially started. Okay. Real quick, okay, this ain't gonna take long. I do want to point out that Gunplay and Varshay have fired off a cease and desist to DJ Envy and the Breakfast Club, okay, for literally making them feel bad, all right, for putting up a GoFundMe in order to fund their newborn baby's lung and open heart surgery, okay? And so I do know this is turned legal. And while DJ Envy is over there laughing, I'm sorry, DJ New Jersey Scammer, okay? And DJ Vagina Taker, Charlemagne, okay? And DJ Hide Your Husband, Mess Hilarious, all right? Y'all better be careful, okay? Because it looks like from the looks of how that show was going, y'all turning real messy, okay? Don't let them broke because they too messy. The mess, you can't help it. The mess sells, okay? Nobody want to listen to you talking about mental health. You know what I'm saying? Because your mental health was challenged, Vagina Taker, because you was taking vagina and got accused of taking vagina, and now you're in court with the person whose vagina you supposedly took, okay? And that can take a mental health toll, especially when you have a wife that you cheated on for many, many years and only became faithful when the woman that you allegedly took vagina from decided to put you on blast, okay? God has a way of humbling us all right? And so DJ Envy, be careful because like I said, them people in New Jersey want their money. Apparently you and your business partner was out here scamming people for over $1 million saying you was going to flip the house and the house is still on the same side, okay? But their money is gone and nowhere to be found, and you want to say it wasn't me. You want to say it was just your business partner, but y'all was doing this together. Flip New Jersey, remember, okay? And just hilarious. Just hide your husbands, please, all right? And comedians, hide your jokes because we heard that she out here taking them too. They all just take us. Okay, and up next, we got real quick, y'all. So listen, Jasmine already laughing. This is a very historical moment, okay? Before you put it up, don't even put nothing up yet. The only reason it is historical is because I don't even want the full. I only want the half. Don't give me the full. You see what I'm saying? Just only give me the white stuff. Don't give me nothing else. Easy, because you got them together? Oh, no. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I'm just telling her how to position this because I just want the receipts. So there's a lot of people out here that don't care for me. And it's funny. It's okay. I get it. I wouldn't like me either. But when you try to understand like what's the motive behind a lot of what people do, and you start to figure out there's things behind them that's driving them to go overboard. Okay, things behind them that's driving them into overdrive. Okay, the adrenaline is going. And they're forgetting to wipe noses. And so apparently, Mr. Wiggins, okay, was down in D.C. and just only that right there. Go, Jasmine, go. Yeah. Apparently, Mr. Wiggins was down in DC Pride. It was a DC Pride, Jeff? Okay. And he was very, 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 very overly prideful. Okay. Now, there's a clip going around Twitter of him with Miss Erica Banks. And I guess he was interviewing Miss Erica Banks. And, you know, the Barbs, you know, I'm Queen Barb Brown here. Just said that he forgot to wipe his nose. Okay. And as you can see, looking at Exhibit A, that, you know, it's sitting on the roof. Whatever it is, we don't know. It could be baby powder. It could be coconut powder. It could be wheat flour. We don't know, okay? All we know is they got a circle of it dripping down to, it could be just white snot. You know? It could be a multitude of things. Pull up the comments for a second. I just want you to guess. So apparently he likes to ski. So they say. He likes to ski during the summertime. Right. Maybe it's a Coca-Cola. I don't know. Let me see. But I want y'all to guess exactly what that is there. I can't say for sure. I wasn't there because as far as I'm concerned, the weather in D.C. right now is, let me look up the weather in D.C. Weather in D.C. and Washington, D.C. is 84 degrees. Is 84 degrees, okay? And so I just, listen, you know what I should do right now? I'm not going to laugh at this situation here. I'm not. I'm just gonna call a rehab center right now and pay for it. Okay? Let me rehab. Where's this young man? Is he in California? Didn't Lamar Odom just open up rehab centers? He did. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit Lamar Odom. That's my dog. Okay? I'm gonna hit Lamar Odom. That's my dog, and I'm gonna ask if he got a free bed. I'm gonna ask if we can finance a bed on Afterpay to figure out what this is, okay? Because you can say a lot of things about me. You could call me bro. You could call me a liar. But one thing you can't call me is what? A white bitch. Yo, I don't like nothing. What? I don't even like sugar. Y'all know I be up here all the time telling y'all stay away from that sugar. This is a federal level right now. Federal level. Okay? So like I said, I'm going to hit Lamar Odom. Y'all please hit Lamar Odom in the DM for me. Tell him Tasha K sent you. Ask him if he got a bed down there that we can possibly sponsor with a GoFundMe, okay? Because I ain't got it, but we can get it. Moving on. Don't play with me. I said, look at God. Look at God. God done sent his angels down. You could say a lot of stuff about me. You call me broke. $95 in the bank account. 2 Louis Vuitton purses that I just gave away to my sister. They just old. They you know, got reefer powder in them and everything. You know the reefer, you know. My mama purses used to have cigarette. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You can say a lot of things about me, but one thing you cannot say is I bet you I can put my nose up in the camera. What you only gonna see is a booger or two. But it ain't gonna be no sugar booger. That's for sure. Moving on. Well, look at God. I just sit down somewhere. I ain't even gotta do it. See, God will make your enemies your what? Booger sugar stool. Okay. Speaking of out here lying and everything and carrying on, the real BBJudy, okay? While her senior citizen girlfriend is with child right now, she decided to get on some Ozempic, but she ain't saying that. Take a look at this. Hold on for a second. Let me pull up the post because I want to make sure you hear what I hear. Okay, so this is the real BBJudy. Okay, Hold on, I got oil on my damn phone. You know how you get oil on the phone and the screen freeze and everything, you know? So they still in the comments cutting up. I know they cutting up. Hold on, damn phone just frozen. Oh, Jesus. God damn, give me a second. Damn. Give me a second. I had to pop. Let me see what the comments say. Y'all just hold that thought. We gonna pull it up. We sure enough gonna pull it up. Ooh, y'all messy. Y'all just messy. Uh-huh. Newport ashes in the purse. All right, I had to power my phone back on. I'm sipping on while I wait for this phone to come on. I'm drinking on the Pinot Noir limited edition. Okay, I love Pinot Noir now. Okay, I'm gonna see what this tastes like. Y'all know I got the big wine glass for this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's right. That's him right there. Jasmine, where your glass at? Where your glass at, Josephine? Now, don't be messing up no pictures. You know these winos gonna get in your ass now. Look, she said she ain't gonna drink till after the show now because y'all done dragged her. Don't do Josephine like that. Now, she work hard, okay? And I'm not an easy person to work with, okay? Because I do a lot of last-minute stuff. I move too much, okay? So, DaRealBBJudy posted, you got the before and after. Hold on. Oh, did you take the music off? Okay, all right. So go ahead, put up the before and after. So she's putting up her weight loss. You got it? Okay, go ahead. All right. So you see the weight loss. Now, she did post this with the comment saying, shop bougie hippie for all those that haven't followed my journey. I went all the way up to 255 pounds at the highest and am currently between 185 and 190 pounds, okay? It wasn't overnight and it took discipline. Kick started by using the detox, then gummies to cut the appetite. You play that before and after one more time, please. Oh, it's still playing? Okay, play it one more time. So she said, and a fat burner for energy boost when needed. Everyone's study is different, so be sure to get and do what's best for you. This is what has worked for me time and time again. So she said that gummies that are full of high fructose corn syrup and sugar is what attributed to this your weight loss, okay? Now, I don't know why she don't want to get that pharmaceutical company Ozempic or Wegovy their credit. Because, listen, she can't lose them ass shots. She can't lose them. You notice them still there. So it kind of looked like she really ain't lost nothing. That's why she say give or take between 180, 195, something like that. She like to round it off. It depends on how much water it's holding and how many carbs she eating that causes the fat to hold water. Or she went down there to see Roly Poly's doctor. One of the two, okay? And they just lipo big girls away. Stop lying. And why you focusing on losing weight while your geriatric wife getting fat? Why? You gonna give her the gummies too? You think gummies gonna help her lose baby weight? Okay. Moving on. Let me see what they talking about in the comments. Ooh, child. Okay. Yeah, that's an Ozempic face. Jordan Woods on that Ozempic too. When I was like, girl, where your legs at? Child, how you lose all that weight? Where your legs at? Anyway, moving on. Okay, who's next? Lil Durk. I'm sorry, Gunna. So Gunna dropped an album. Okay, this is the album that we've been waiting for. And he decides instead of putting out music and ignoring the blogs and the rappers that don't buy his music, he wants to dedicate a whole album to dissing rappers for snitching. Now, the last I checked, we didn't buy Gunna's music because he was dissing rappers. We bought his music because he had nice beats, nice flows, even though the music, the songs wasn't numbered a minute, 50 seconds. But they did nice with him yodeling, okay? But you using a whole album to promote another rapper for snitching and y'all all snitching, how you gonna recoup the money and them legal fees? What you gonna do, brother? I just need people to focus. If I'm not an example of how to focus when you going through a lot, follow me. Ignore the bullshit. Fuck 'em. You got bills to pay and you out here trying to be accepted by rappers? It's the white folks that buy your music. You think these white people care about you snitching to get out? No. They'll snitch too. Them your customers, not Dirk. How dare you waste a whole album on them? For them to come around and send some stupid ass little boy to shoot up your shit. Be quiet, make your motherfucking music, and let these folks talk. At the end of the day, nobody paying your bills but them white people. Them crackers. Moving on. Now, this is a sensitive subject here. Okay? So I'm going to try to tread lightly. Now, Kayla Nicole put up a post saying, I did, I do, I don't. She said that she divorced her kid's caretaker and left the kids with him. Now, she on vacation right now. Now, at first, the post was, she's a YouTube creator. She's the meme girl. People laugh at her, not with her. Okay? Mm-hmm. That can take a toll on anybody's mental health. Okay? Especially when you've been ugly your whole life and, especially when you've been ugly your whole life and people been laughing at you, picking at you, and now you get to laugh back because the check going to the bank. But the problem is they don't know how to separate that, okay? God gave you a gift, you use it. You don't let that gift make you money and then it turns into a curse and now you having mental health issues and stuff like that. And so, she recently had 2 children. Both of them are babies under the age of like 3 to 4, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And she was a part of a little controversy here. I guess sleeping with Bandman Kivo or something, I don't know. We did interview that, and she was supposed to be married. She did deny sleeping with the man, but the girl, her best friend, came out and said she did. And not only that, she had to talk Kayla Nicole off a roof from jumping, okay, because she can't take a lot of the pressure that is on her when she makes these videos because people laugh at her and not with her, even though she's putting herself out to make people laugh, okay? And so as a comedian, you have to understand that, all right? Dave Chappelle went through the same thing. That's why he had to leave 50 million and go to Africa. Just wish he would have took 4 for me, But anyway, we neither here nor there. That's the past, okay? We're in the future now. We're in the present. Now, when it comes to Kayla Nicole, because everybody was like, Tasha, are you going to drag her because she ain't got her children with her? No, I'm not. I'm definitely not, okay? Because you would be surprised how many women out here are going through postpartum depression. And I think this is what she's going through, okay? And if she has to leave her children with their caretaker while she goes off and get fully healed as she said she was. She said, we have 50-50 custody, but the kids are with him while I go focus on myself and get healed. She is mentally trying to heal herself because there's something going on that we don't know about. Okay, which is, according to her ex-best friend, she does have some mental health issues. So in order to keep them children safe and to keep her safe, whatever she got to do to keep them kids safe, let her, okay? Do not judge her on what your idea of being a mother is, okay? Because a lot of people are like, well, she need to create content. She does, because she gotta take care of children. She got to take care of 2 households. She was always the breadwinner when it came to that situation, okay? This was a come up for him. But at the end of the day, if it's about the kids and them being safe and their mama is not mentally prepared to handle having 2 children while being a social media influencer and while going through possibly postpartum and mental health issues, let this woman go do her, okay? So just keep her in your prayers. So whether she's at a beach or somewhere, I don't know, who cares? As long as them kids is safe and they safe. Talking about you want to leave your babies. That's you. That is not her. That's you. Moving on. Woo! Woo! Child, this one, they don't like me. Woo! See, that's this old saying. They say don't never buy no man no shoes. What else they say don't buy? Because he'll walk right out your life. Don't never buy no man no cologne. He gonna wear it for another bitch. Don't buy him no boxers. They're gonna be used on another one. Don't buy him no land. Because they're gonna build somebody else's house on it. Okay? Now, Ari, I should have known there was something to why she was out here doing these cooking shows, cooking in aluminum pans on the top of the stove, okay? Frying chicken in olive oil, don't even know the risk. I should have known that there was something going on when she said, I don't want to marry him because they can come after my pay, right? And I'm like, that's why you don't want to marry MoneyBagg? Like, it's got to be more than that. She's like, well, the baby mothers can come after my pay if we legally married and things like that. And I'm like, not if you pay yourself from, an LLC or something. No, you get to determine what it is that you make that they can take. Okay? So I knew it was something deeper. And as I was spinning around, I said, what could it be? Why don't she want to get married all of a sudden? Why? You done bought the man a land, waiting for him to build you a house on it, but instead he decided to go get a hotel room and let him tell you, let's go.
I done stuff
Is
like
this recent? This is recent.
probably about
Recent.
7 months ago. We healing right now. We on the road to we moving forward. You know what I'm saying? We moving forward. We healing right now.
How do you get her to trust you again?
That's hard. I don't think she 100% trust. I know she don't 100% trust me. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I made that bed. I got to lay in it. I take full accountability on my man. You know what I'm saying? Before anything. So, we working towards. I can't do nothing but show her. Keep showing her, show improve. You
And
know
make
what
her
I'm
feel
saying?
safe.
Make her feel safe and want it and let her know that I'm here. Like, you ain't going to get that again.
Does that make you appreciate her more?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I promise, like, it made me just get all the way together. Like, man, I don't want to lose that. Like, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to lose this situation. I might not get this again.
No.
I might not get this again. I lose this situation. Nobody else might even come like her. Like, I might think I can find it on MoneyBagg. I'm gonna get something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get something else, and don't even get that.
I love his honesty. I love his transparency because I don't think how she would have, because he claimed that she caught him, which means he didn't voluntarily come with this hit information. He had to be caught. I see you. So now that he's caught, after she purchased the 40 acres and a mule, now he said, I'll never get that again. So I got to straighten up. Because, the ones he's sleeping with, he's taking them to hotel rooms. They can't even probably afford the hotel room. And it goes to show you this is exactly why you shouldn't do too much for a man who ain't added you as power of attorney. You shouldn't do it. Imagine if she would have bought the man a house. And this was only 7 months ago, okay? This is the last time. This is what she caught. And we healing right now. We moving forward. Imagine what would have been going down in the house. And everybody was trying to tell her, when she was sitting on the land in a lawn chair with the deed and stuff. And she was like, here you go. And then he got her a lease, a Lambo. K. Michelle tried to tell y'all, because they repoed that. He didn't buy her a Lambo cash. She said her name was on it. She was on a lease. Yeah. Same way Jess Hilarious was on the rental lease for the house. They're giving all this. But then when they receiving back, what they get? Babies. And hard dick. They want to come at me. Cause you ugly. Look at your body. You big mouth. You this, you that. What I got is faithfulness. So, all I'm saying here, ladies, okay? All I'm saying, no matter what you do, no matter how pretty you are, no matter how big your ass is, no matter how big your lips is, okay? A nigga still gonna be a nigga. do what it want to do. See, they got two heads. This head is with you. But when they alone, they did got another plan. Okay? And I'm just... He said he ain't gonna be able to find that no more. You're right, brother. You're right. You're not gonna be able to find that no more. But listen, I had women contacting me all the time about MoneyBagg. They say he like them white. And the white girls don't be doing the blogs. Black girls do, okay? Black girls do. And so that's why she was saying she didn't want to get married. It wasn't because, it had nothing to do with no child support. It had everything to do with you can't marry somebody that don't want to marry you and ain't asked. Moving on. Remember, we're going to head over to tashaklive.com at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got a second interview over there. It's a lot more juicier, okay? Just a lot more messier, okay? On Mr. Peter Thomas, okay? We're doing a whole series on Mr. Peter Thomas down there at Bar 1, okay? We're going to call it Bar 1, Bar 2, Bar 3, Bar 4, Bar 5, Bar 6, Bar 7, however many interviews we got to do, okay? But them oxtails still good down there, okay? I feel bad the employees ain't getting paid, but shit, they can make a mean oxtail underpaid, not paid. All right, up next, Pastor, y'all don't know about him, but you better hear about him now. Like here you go. So his name is Pastor Sino Agezi, okay? And this is his wife, okay? Give me a second. Everybody's sending me tips right now. I'm working. Hold on. Wait till after the show to send me tips. I'm working, people. Okay. My little reading glasses and stuff, okay? So Pastor Sino Agezi is somewhat unknown. He got like 8,000 followers, okay? And I was like, why would somebody send me this story? He got 8,000 followers. He's just a regular common man that cheats, right? And then I went to digging. It's the wife. The wife is the one. So apparently Pastor Sino Agezi is married to Pastor Kales. If you can just take a second, pull out your phone Bibles, turn to your Instagram, and I want you to type in Pastor Kales, okay? Take a moment and pull out your phone Bibles and get that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open my phone Bible up too, okay? So Pastor Kales, right? So Pastor Kales is a mega pastor, okay? Her name is Dr. Kelly Agezi. Okay? Dr. Kelly Agezi. Go ahead and switch me over. Get the congregation ready for this here. Somebody, like I said, it's on. It's on. It's not on yet. Yeah, I got it on. Hello? Hello? It's not on? Okay, all right. So Pastor Kelly Agezi goes by Pastor Kales, and she runs a church called, I think, Crunch, Warrior Nation or something. It's a big-ass church, okay? And her husband is co-pastor. So she's the main pastor with almost 500,000 followers, but her husband is the co-pastor. And when you go to Sino Agezi, Sino, you're going to see him pulling up daily scriptures and stuff, okay? And he got like 8,000. He's a public. Oh, the name of the church is MC33 Movement. MC33 Movement, okay? So you got your phone Bibles out? You got your phone Bibles out. Okay. Now, when you go to Pastor Agezi, so he is a co-pastor. Normally you see it like the other way around. The man is the pastor, the wife is the first lady, but he's the first lady in this, first husband in this here situation. And since he's the first husband, I guess maybe he's not being put first. And so he's out at bars at 11:30 at night, with these here women and the members of the church, his wife's church that he happens to work at. And he's got like 6 or 7 kids with this wife. This is who he was out with, rubbing on her back and her ass. There you go. Look at him. Pastor Agezi. So get on Sino, S-I-N-O Agezi, M633 Movement. He says wife, Pastor Kales. And you can look and verify that this is the man. Matter of fact, he even did a sermon from his house in the same hat he took this bitch out on a date with. Yeah. Same hat. Same shirt, too. Same shirt, okay? Look to your neighbor and say same shirt, same hat. Okay, now let's bring the bitch back up, the side bitch. Okay, now his member happened to be out that night and saw him, and it was 11:30 at night. All the children was asleep. Wife was at home with the children, probably getting ready to get the kids up. He's out with this woman here. It looks like the tattoo says Rose, but Jasmine says it says Tanisha. This one say Rose, okay? So the tattoo says Rose here, and you know, when a man is facing this way, this is not a business meeting, okay? This is not him praying for her, him being there for her. This is him dicking her. It looks like that, okay? This is him leaning in, legs wide open, rubbing on his legs so he can easily engage. He's definitely not arm's length apart. As you can see, if he were to stretch out his arm, his arm would be on the back of her neck, okay? And this is a whole married man, first husband, okay? But he's not being put first, and that's why he's out at bars at 11:30 p.m. at night, and his members happen to see him with this young lady rubbing on her back, but still is very married and very much posting his wife, who is the mega pastor at this here church. Tell the wife, I'm sorry. I apologize, okay, but we just had to report on it. Watch your husbands, hide your husbands, okay? If y'all find mine out here, he gonna be up here too. Jasmine already know, okay? All right, moving on. Oh, snap, we're done. I got through it on time because I do got to get ready for this interview on tashaklive.com, okay? So on tashaklive.com at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got an interview with some of Peter's employees, okay? They down there saying that their checks bouncing and everything. Like I said, we're going to be doing a series on Peter Thomas from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, because he was truly a real housewife, especially with that mouth he got, okay? That man is very, very, very much just, you know, he's just a little, okay? That's why he has yet to remarry or redate. You know, he's giving me Bruce Jenner vibes, okay? So we're definitely going to be discussing that. Who else is coming up on tashaklive.com? Let me see. Definitely going to be talking about Megan Thee Stallion, Trick Daddy and his wife, Nene Leakes, Danae Jackson in this recovery course, Samantha, Tyrese's ex-wife. What's Samantha's last name? Morgan? What's her name? I don't even know Samantha's last name, okay? Gibson. Samantha Gibson, okay? Also, Martell and Melody Holt, Chili and Usher, and the manager down there, Dollar General, playing a vigilante, okay? All that coming up on TashaKLive.com at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do not forget that our Darius Cooks interview is out, as well as a multitude of other interviews we're gearing up to do. Oh, man, so many interviews. It's just a lot here. I got to get ready for this next phase. I'll also be telling you about my TV appearance that we did this week over there down there at the MTV, okay? And how they rolled out the red carpet for your girl. See what happened when you don't slide down ski slopes. Like I said, you can say a lot of things about me, but what you can't put no powder on my nose. You can't put no baby powder on my nose. I just love God. I just love God, okay? Let me see what they're talking about in the comments real quick. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and end this little live right here, okay? So I can get ready and freshen up for my next live at 9:30, okay? Don't forget, if you want to subscribe and watch the show over at TashaKLive.com, please go to TashaKLive.com. That is where you subscribe. That is where you unsubscribe. Then you can download the app and stream anywhere, whether it's on your iPhone, whether it's Google, whether it's, Amazon, anywhere, okay? So, listen, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe. Please find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Bigo, Rumble, Wino Gang Podcast. Please subscribe. Also, if you have tips on your favorite celebrities, please feel free to continue to hit me in the DM. I'm Wine with Tasha K. okay, on Instagram, or send me an email, unwinewithtashak@gmail.com. If you have a story that you want me to cover, okay, something that personally and tragically happened to you, please hit us at stories@tashaklive.com. And also, if you want to advertise on my platform, please feel free to hit us at ads@tashaklive.com. Thank you so much to the sponsor, okay, for sponsoring my outfit. All right, I already put pictures up of this outfit. My Posh. Is it My Posh? Hold on for a second. Let me get, because you know this wine kicking in now, child. You know, I ain't the best when it comes. Okay, My Posh Everything. My Posh Everything, okay? Supplied this outfit. I believe they sold out, but you can check. I think she got some more in store, okay? So check that out if you want to get it. And also, I love you guys. Happy Free Friday. I'll see you for part 2 of Sister the Raw, where I can finally cuss, okay? And say it for what it is, all right? Hope you enjoyed the show. And now I gotta go. Bye.